Okay, let's take a look at the local storage action. Now, this action allows you to store small amounts of data on your user's computer or device. Now, I want to be able to keep track of this best score value. So what I'm going to do is go to this Save Score button, and I'm going to go to the local storage action, and I want to save the property, this global property that I have, best score, to a local location. So I'm going to give a location name of best score. This is sort of like the folder name. And I have two options. I can save a whole list of properties and values that exist on a data component by selecting one from the drop-down or pointing to one using this property reference field. Or I can just save one property by specifying a property name and a property value. And you have to make sure that you put quotes around your string values whenever you're inputting information in an expression field, which is notated by this or indicated by this little E icon. So I have the property on the global data object. So I'm just going to select the object, and it'll take whatever property is on there and store it under this best score folder. So let me rename this store score. Now I want to go to the actual score label, and I'm going to check on load. On level load, I'm going to store that or reload that property from that location. So let me use another local storage action and make sure it's set to load. I'm going to give it the same name, best score. And I'm just going to specify the component that I want it to load the values onto. So what it'll do is it will read the properties off of this component, and it will find those properties under the storage location of best score and populate those values. Or I could just specify a specific property name that I know that I've already stored under this best score location, and specify where I want it to load that value to. So to keep it simple, I'm just going to, I selected the property. I want to actually select the component, not the property. So this is a load score. So let's give that a try. All right, now if I increase the score and I hit save, it'll save that 270 value. Now if I run this again, okay, it didn't work. So let's see, did I get the name correct? Storage location of best score. I selected the data component. And on load, I loaded the value, but I didn't display it. So let me actually display the value once loaded. So I'm going to access the text property of this text renderer, and I'm going to point to the global property that was just loaded from the local storage action, and that should show it. There we go, 270. So this is the easiest way to store small amounts of information on your user's computer, as well as keep track of state of your game or what have you. If you want to store any larger amounts of data, you need to use a remote data storage, like the component that is on the player.io, which is now Yahoo Game Services plugin.